Good afternoon and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Oh my gosh, guys, okay, first off, I woke up so late today again, but I set my alarm tonight for 10:30, which is a little after 10:30, but I set my alarm for 10:30, and I have a new alarm set on my phone now. So that I will know between 10:30 and 11:15 that I need to get in the shower, because if I take a shower any later than that, I wind up not taking one until midnight, and then I don't get to sleep some nights until 1, sometimes 2 in the morning. And when that winds up happening, I can't wake up until 10, 11, sometimes even noon. Today I woke up at about 11 something. But it's ridiculous, guys. I feel like I don't get a lot done, or I don't have enough time in the day, really, because after a certain point at night, I feel like I don't want to do anything else. Once I put away dinner and I finish washing the dishes from dinner, I might do one load of laundry. I'm done for the night. No matter if I wind up staying up for several hours after that, I won't do anything else. I can't get anything done really after that time. During the day, if I'm up from 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock at night or something like that, I get stuff done all between that time. But pretty much after 10 o'clock at night, I'm even 9 o'clock really, I'm not really productive anymore. And so, if that's the case, I'm waking up at 11 o'clock, I don't get anything done barely during the day. Today was an exception, though. I did 3 or 4 loads of laundry, just to try and catch up a little bit, because Matthew had cleaned his bedroom, and he just did all new sheets on his and Jack's bed, so I had to wash all of their bedding pretty much. So I had a lot of extra stuff kind of this week that I needed to wash, and 2, I hadn't done any. 4, normally I try and stay on top of the laundry every day, but I hadn't done it for maybe about 4 days or something like that, which I said, it only maybe takes me about 4 loads of laundry then to catch up, which isn't that big of a deal because I can kind of do that over the course of during the week. But like I said, in this case, what I try and do is I'll just gather up just 1 day's worth of clothes every single day in pajamas or whatever from that day, and that for us normally isn't even 1 full load of laundry, because we have our lovely new washer and dryer, which is huge. And so honestly, it's probably about every 2 days 1 load of laundry. But I split everything up, hots, colds, different colors and everything like that, reds, lights and darks and stuff. So normally, like I said, if I don't have enough of reds or something like that, I won't do that until I do have enough, because I try and utilize the space in the washing machine, and I don't like to try and do a small load, even if it is just to use up, just to finish up that load of laundry. That's what my dad would do or whatever when he was doing the laundry. But I find that I'll just leave it in the sorted baskets in the laundry room, and then once I have enough to do that load of laundry, I'll just do that. But like I said, though, this week I've had pretty much enough loads of laundry to do just about 1 of everything, with the exception of just a little bit of stuff left over here and there. So I ended up doing, I also had to make sure that Matthew's volleyball stuff is washed for tomorrow, so he'll probably wind up having to wear dirty volleyball clothes though then, because on Thursday he plays another game. So he has a game tomorrow and on Thursday, 2 back-to-back games, which is bizarre because they've never done that. And I don't know why that's the case. That's normal. That's how they've always had it. This week is a weird, like I said, exception. It's a Wednesday, Thursday week this week for some reason, and then it goes back to being on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But the only time that they've ever had a Wednesday game that I know of is maybe at the start of the season. I think they might have had 1. I don't know if they did this year. But sometimes, if it starts, on a weird week or whatever, they might have just 1 on a Wednesday. Maybe they did this year. I think, just the start of the week, they start with just 1, or the start of the season. And then, during spring break, they'll always have a game. Normally, for, the last 4 years, at least, and Matthew's been playing volleyball, they do 1 Wednesday game. So, yeah, it's really weird that they have one Wednesday and then Thursday again. But anyways, though, yeah, so I'll have volleyball footage for you guys tomorrow on that. And then I also made dinner for tonight, and I made green bean casserole for a side dish and steamed some other vegetables as well. Because the green beans I think I got them from Aldi this week, was like a huge bag. Normally I get a little bit and I'll just steam them or whatever, but it was a big bag, and I was like, this is enough green beans that I could do like green bean casserole. So that's what I ended up doing. And then also had chicken broccoli Alfredo for everybody else for dinner tonight. And I ended up just having like mostly green bean casserole, and I had, like I said too, guys, I ended up eating like a late breakfast, so I had a late lunch, so I really wasn't like that hungry for dinner tonight. So yeah, and then I had like a bagel and cream cheese. But I also did a load of dishes this morning, and then I unloaded the dishwasher and loaded it back up with all the dishes from dinner that I ended up using for cooking dinner tonight, and then ran that, and I will unload it tomorrow, and then most likely be able to do another load tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to do the lasagna in the slow cooker because of the volleyball game. We have like a volleyball normally. Now that Matthew's in varsity, his game I think goes until like 7-ish or something like that, so it should be done, hopefully if I get up early, be done before we leave. But then for Matthew, once he gets back from volleyball, he can have it too, and it'll still be warm. That's why I love the slow cooker on like either when we would have football over like fall and summer and stuff like that, and then also to like Matthew's volleyball season in the spring when we have like volleyball games in the afternoon. So it's lovely. And normally that's why I plan like Tuesdays, Thursdays I do slow cookers, and then the other days I'll do either like what's it called, like oven dinners, or like what I call fresh dinners, or ones that I don't end up doing like freezer dinners. So I think that lasagna though will count as my fresh dinner, I guess, which is, I've tried to, and that's another thing that I kind of want to do on my blog once I start that again, guys. But I've been figuring like what works well for us is to do like 1 or 2 oven dinners and 1 or 2 slow cooker dinners, and either or, and then do like 1 fresh dinner for that week, which is something that isn't necessarily frozen. It might contain meat and it might not. Like I'll do BLTs sometimes, because that's just like the bacon, throw that in the oven, and then do like toast or something like that. Or like I said too, with the lasagna, it's something that's more fresh, and it's not like something that I pre-made, froze, and then defrosted. So that's why like I consider those fresh dinners or whatever. Or even too, like I did pizza the other night with pre-made pizza dough, and then I just ended up making the pizzas and threw those in the oven. So like those would be examples of kind of like the or like the fresh, I guess, is like I said what I'm calling them, and not freezer dinners. But I don't necessarily like to do ones with meat, only because like if I'm going to do something with meat, I'd rather just prepare everything ahead of time and then do it all in like a slow cooker or freezer dinner, or in the oven, because I don't like to buy meat and leave it in the fridge during the week, because I'm always scared that I might not get the chance to use it. So I do have 2 freezer dinners this week that I'm going to make anyway. But my one thought that I was thinking I could do and still make it into a like fresh dinner is like buy maybe extra chicken breast or something like that and freeze it, and then use it in a fresh, I guess, again, as I'm calling it, freezer dinner. But again, what I like to do is have all the ingredients at the same time, so I don't have to think about like, oh my gosh, like, you know, if I was going to make chicken noodle soup fresh or something like that, like, oh my gosh, we don't have any, you know, chicken broth, or we don't have this, or we don't have that, or, you know, there wasn't carrots, or there wasn't broccoli, goodness, guys, there wasn't celery, or, you know, those other things that you might need or something like that. That way I have all the ingredients all at the same time. I normally make 2 of the freezer dinners and then freeze them, and then they're ready. And the chicken broth though, I'll normally buy ahead of time and leave in the pantry, and I write on there like for chicken noodle soup or whatever. And the noodles too, I'll buy ahead of time, and then kind of do the same thing. So, like I said, for me, that works out just really well, and that way I, again, don't really have to think about, like, oh, I need this or I need that, and that's one of the more difficult things, I think, with making the what you call it, it's like fresh, I guess, dinners. The only thing that I needed to buy ahead of time to make the lasagna was 2 jars of spaghetti sauce and 2 things of ricotta cheese. Everything else we already have. I'm gonna do it with what's it called, with mozzarella cheese. We have the lasagna already, and I already have zucchini, which is what I do. I do layers of zucchini in there as well. So for me, like I said, that ends up working just really well, and it's not a, like, I don't like to do that as a freezer dinner anyway. And I don't, thing that I told you guys too is that I don't pre-cook the lasagna. It cooks in the slow cooker, so I don't even have to worry about doing that, because lasagna is probably the most stressful noodle, I think, that is out there, because that and maybe like jumbo shells that you're supposed to stuff or whatever, just because I'm always so scared. I wind up like breaking the lasagna all the time, and so then it's not in like nice rolls. You know, I've done roll-up lasagna and regular lasagna too, and I always wind up breaking the noodles. So, you know, if I break them, honestly, they work better if they're broken in the slow cooker, because they fit better unless you have like a square pan, or square, like a slow cooker, you know, their slow cooker square instead of circular. But I have a bigger size one. I think maybe it's 8 quarts or something like that. It sounds right. But it fits the lasagna perfectly. So, like I said, that's something I don't have to think about. And if I know ahead of time, like, oh, I'm going to make that this week, normally I'll do it when zucchini's on sale. And if I know ahead of time, that's when I get the ricotta and the spaghetti sauce. And just, you know, like I said, just throw it all in there. So I guess that's my little brief update about how I kind of do my, or I've been doing lately, like my meal planning and meal prep and stuff like that. Like I said, once a week I try and do more of a fresh one and something that isn't necessarily frozen, and then maybe once or twice during the week do a slow cooker. And like I said, now that volleyball is going to be 2 days a week, it'll probably be Wednesdays or Tuesdays, Thursdays that I'll do slow cookers. Maybe on Monday I'll do like a fresh dinner, or else Wednesday, and then one in the oven, either of those 2 days that's a oven freezer dinner. So anyways, though, guys, that is just my little update for you. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff done today. I was actually pretty surprised, like I said, waking up as late as I did, at how much stuff I got done. But like I said too, I'm taking a shower earlier than I did yesterday because I want to get to bed earlier. I asked my mom, I was like, please wake me up tomorrow so I don't oversleep. She tried to today, but she didn't get up very early either, so I'm going to try tonight, like I said, and hopefully at least like an hour earlier, because I really don't feel tired right now, which is the part that stinks. But hopefully, like, each day I can get like an hour, go to bed an hour earlier, trying to get a shower an hour or so earlier, because it's a little after my alarm clock went off though. But like I said, I was like, I'm not feeling tired enough to go to bed, and I haven't had that many hours in the day yet. So yeah, anyways though, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see y'all very soon shiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.